Hello guys, it's Romchik and this is a video tutorial to help you install your own uniforms to Parabellum. So you need to download this folder. You can find it in Parabellum Discord. It's a template that you need to use for your uniforms. And I will now explain you what is the structure of this template and then show you an example on this French uniforms that I took from our storage to show you how to use it. So first of all, the most interesting part is assets folder. I will start from hats. Basically this folder consists of accessories that can be used as hats for your uniforms. For example, this brown hat. Let's look at this. There are some requirements that you need to fill for hats, webbings and stuff. So for hats, you need to make sure that there is a object value called custom hair object. I will show you how it works later. Then you need to make sure that all parts inside of hat accessory are ensured. So I select all of this and I checked in properties, ensured true. Then you need to check that scan collide is false, so you don't stuck when you hit objects with your head and webbings. Then you need to make sure that there is a part called handle. It's basically a middle part. For head it's head, for webbings it's torso. And for hats you need to check that this part has face center attachment. For webbings it's basically the same requirements. The only difference is that it has no custom hair object because it's a webbing, you don't need hair here. And inside handle there is a webbing attachment instead of face center attachment. Basically that's webbings and heads requirements that you need to fit. Then uniforms folder, it consists of models that have a Roblox rig and pants and shirts of your uniforms. That's basically all. And now about hair folder. It was added recently and basically let's open brown head. As I said before, it requires a custom hair object. So what does it do? When player has a uniform that has this head, it checks if custom hair object is nil or not. Basically, if there's something in value or not. If there is nothing, then well, nothing happens. But if you in your custom hair object do this, like click in value property and select this hair, then what will happen? Whenever player wears this hat, his hair will automatically change to this one. So you can create your own custom hairs for your hats. Because sometimes our generic hairs they don't fit well with your hats. So you can create your own. And the requirements for this accessory is basically the same as for hats, but there's no custom hair object. So that's all for assets folder. Then let's look at uniforms folders. Basically it consists of folders that represents all uniforms that the player can select. For example, militia, it has next stuff. It consists of 3 object values and this bool value, use group rank. What does it do? If it's true, then it will try to show this uniform only for members of your group that are between this and these ranks. But if you don't want to mess with it, just don't change this value to true. So your members will be able to select this uniform without dependency to certain rank. How to change what hats, webbings and uniforms this uniform will use. For example, you just click on a hat value, go to value property, click on that, and in your assets hats you click on whatever accessory you want to be used for this uniform. Right now it's brown hat. So whenever player in the game chooses this uniform, he will have brown hat. As uniform he will have, well, basically this one, it's the only one we have. And as a webbing he will have backpack, so this one. And to add other uniforms you just need to basically copy this and change values inside of it. What is a lobby NPC folder? Basically it's not really needed for your members, but it's for lobby customization for NPCs that are in lobby on the background. They can have uniforms of your nation, and you set values the same way you do it in uniforms folder. So for example, this NPC in lobby will have, well, brown hat, this uniform and backpack as webbing. You can also change their skin tone. Make sure that there are 3 folders for this in your uniforms template. It's important. Even if you don't use the 3rd one, just select some random values here. And the last thing is group ID. Well, basically you need to put your group ID here. So this uniform folder will be visible for guys with this group ID. So now let's show an example on how to install your own uniform. I will use French uniforms as I said before, and what I will do, I will copy this template, move it here, and let's see. First of all, I will change this name on this template to, I don't know, French Republic. I will change group ID to my group, and now we need to set assets. I will delete useless ones, basically the ones I don't need for now. So let's start from uniforms. So I have this uniform, the basic one. I will, for example, change its name to uniform A. It doesn't actually matter. And I will take pants and shirts from, well, your group, and just replace them here. So uniform is done. You can add another models for another pants and shirts, but for now I have only one. Then let's do the hat. First of all, I check if requirements are met. First of all, let's see if they are anchored, and parts are anchored, but can collide is not false, so I change this. Then I need to check if handle has face attachment. It has not, so I can take it from the template here, copy and paste. Head is basically done. I just need to create an accessory for it. I will just copy this one. Now it has an accessory. I probably also forgot about custom hair object, but now I didn't. All I will do right now is drag these parts to this accessory and then change its name. Now hat is done. For webbings it's same steps. First I check that they are anchored. They are anchored, cancellate is false, everything is good here, but handle has no webbing attachment. So I take it from basic template, paste it here, and it's basically done. Let's create an accessory for it. I will copy this one. Handle is not needed because we have it here. And I will drag this stuff to our new accessory. And we need to change name just to not confuse ourselves. So now webbings, uniforms, hats are done for our uniforms template. I also have this hair from generic template, and if I want to actually use it, well, as I said, you can create your own, but for an example, let's make another accessory for hat. For example, it will be hat B, and I want players that have this hat. I automatically have this hair, so I click on custom hair object, value, and set it to this hair. Now everything in assets is done. Let's create our uniforms. I will delete other ones that are not needed, and for example, first uniform will be called uniform A, and I select that this hat is actually this one, uniform is this one, and webbing is this one. For example, if I need a uniform that has no webbings, I will create it by this way. As a webbing, I will select this thing called nothing. It's basically just an accessory that has only handle, nothing else. So whenever player selects uniform B, he will have this hat and this webbing that basically has nothing. So no bypack, no other stuff. And the last thing that needs to be done is lobby NPCs. Just the same process for it as for uniforms. I change head like this. I change uniform and I change webbing. If you don't want to make other NPCs different, just copy this one and change names for it. So we are done. Of course, your nation has more than one uniform, so you will create more assets and more uniform folders, but process I think is understandable now. All you will need to do is just save this folder after you completed all the stuff you need and send it to the moderator. And that's basically all.